gun violence is not only a problem of mass shootings, it is an epidemic of mass proportion in our state. And the laws that get passed up here help to perpetuate that. When you tell people they don't need a permit to carry a gun, when you lower the age from 21 to 18, these things have real ramifications in our communities. When we don't have red flag laws, they have consequences, and we are all less safe. We are all less safe. Now, we tried to raise our hand during welcome and honoring. I tried to speak during that time, and we were not allowed the opportunity to do so. One of our colleagues, esteemed Honorable Bob Freeman, was able to speak, but he was the only one allowed to speak. We weren't able to welcome the thousands of people who came to the state capitol asking for change, who were peacefully showing up, singing, peacefully chanting that we might do something. This is why I, and I believe my colleagues as well, decided that it was time for us to listen to the people. Now, this I want to read directly, because I do want to set the record straight. The thousands of children and adults who marched outside of the People's House are not insurrectionists. My colleagues' walk to the House floor was in a peaceful and civil manner, and it was not an insurrection. Personally, I only wanted to listen and to respond to the voices of Tennesseans who were not given an opportunity to speak in meaningful dialogue with us. Unlike January 6th, no one was threatened with violence. No trooper had to wield a gun at the doors of our chamber to stop violent people with pepper spray and weapons from coming to the House floor. No police officers or troopers were killed. No windows to our hollowed house were smashed, nor walls scaled. The peaceful actions and exercising of our nation's First Amendment right by Tennesseans was not an insurrection and is not in any way comparable to January 6th. All comments that say otherwise are a disservice to our constituents, who were mostly children and teens who marched and who advocated for just and reasonable gun control legislation. These untrue comparisons by people in positions of power are also a disservice to our troopers and sergeants at arms who worked tirelessly to keep us safe and ensured that no harm came to us or any one of our constituents in the Capitol. In fact, you can see on the tape, but in fact, members recorded the speeches, our speeches on the floor, my speech, and they posted them to their social media accounts for their followers. We're fortunate that we have not experienced an incited, angry mob with gallows and tactical weapons coming to our Capitol like what happened on January 6th, and I pray we never do. It is an unfair and a wrong comparison to say that peaceful teenagers and young people who are coming to the Capitol demanding justice are violent insurrectionists who would do harm to police officers, who would do harm to their own fellow country people. That is not what was happening on Thursday. Now, if this House decides to expel me for exercising our First Amendment right to help elevate the voices in our community who want to see us act to prevent gun violence, then they can do as they feel they must. But I and we must always stand up for what we believe to be right and just.